Hello everybody, Artifact Multech here, back at it again with another video for you guys. And I'm talking how you can out Appointer the Red Lotus today. Before I get into how you're going to be able to out this trash can, I want to talk to you guys about where the idea of running this card as a tech in your side decks came up. Simo started hyping this card after some guy took it to some huge or important event and I think made top 8 with it, something like that. Running Appointer at the Red Lotus. And good for him. Good for him. That's his spicy tech. I respect that. But when you're gonna come on YouTube and hyping shit up without, like, the guy that ran that card understood the flaws of the card. You don't really seem to understand the flaws of the... Simo doesn't really seem to understand the flaws of this card. And I'm going to explain and why. First things first, you have to give up 25% of your life points to make use of this. So you're telling me you're playing 3 Solemn Strikes, 1 Solemn Warning, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, and up to 2 copies, maybe even 3 if you want to see it consistently, of this? And this card ain't all that in the hoops and loops either, because you have to show your opponent your hand too. This is going to rely on your opponent only having one way to get their play started. One fucking way. And this is where this card falls short. How I can recommend you to out this card? You have to build your decks to be able to make use of 2 cards or more. Of always being able to open 2 or more cards that can get your plays going. That's how I feel you Zodiac players have to adjust your decks, because I see some Zodiac deck lists, and I see some Zodiac duels online where the Zoo players will only open up like 1 Zoo monster. Then this card can come in and fuck them over. No, you have to build your decks for you to draw multiple ways to get your plays going now. Because people are gonna follow a popular Yugi tuber hype without thinking for themselves. Think, motherfucker! You have to think for yourself. People are gonna follow the hype and people are gonna start writing this. You need to build your decks at multiple ways to get your play started. And one of the reasons why I feel this is also a bad play revealing your hand is because if your opponent has everything they need in their hand already and ripping away 1 card from their hand doesn't change anything, you just showed the hand traps that you have in your hand now. Which means you are legitimately fucked. Another way you can technically out this card, since it banishes cards, you can use cards like Artifact Lancia. If you manage to set up before your opponent gets Appointer with the Red Lotus. Imperial Iron Wall. Chaos Hunter. Your opponent cannot commit the act of banishing cards, period, with that on the field. So yeah, you can either prevent your opponent from banishing for that moment, for that turn or something like that. You can use the Sci-Frame monster that negates traps to hit this card too. You can simply just run cards in your deck run your deck in a way with cards that allow you to open 2 or more, at least 2 or more of the combo pieces you really need. So if your opponent, the reason I say 2 or more is because if your opponent opens double Appointer with the Red Lotus, they're gonna rip away both of your Zodiac monsters from your hand, and then you're really fucked. But in order for them to do that, they have to expend half their life points, 4,000 They need to extinguish 4 stacks in order to do that shit. And this life point cost is like way too high for me. If it was 1,000, it wouldn't bother me, but 2,000 life points to pitch a card of your choice to the banishment zone, and it's not even permanently. After 2 turns, your opponent gets the fucking card back anyways. And yeah, Mind Crush has just so much better interaction because every fucking deck's searching these days. So you can literally Mind Crush whatever they dare search. Which means that it's entirely pointless for you to rip cards out of your opponent's hand even before they get started. Sure, this card also has synergy with cards like Drag Down to the Grave and Mind Crush as well, because you'll be able to see your opponent's hand, call cards out of your opponent's hand as well. But I just don't find it worth the 2,000 life point cost. The key thing to exploit with this is, let's say, the best thing you could do against a card like this is Chain Burn. Oh my god, this card against Chain Burn is basically asking a Chain Burn player to just finish you off 2-0 record. Like Ryan Yu did to the True Draco and Boat player at the World Championship Dragon Duels. You're basically being asked to get OTK'd by Burn by playing this card against the deck. And again, there's just too many ways for you to out this card. So if you guys are hyping this card up right now, in my opinion, if you have it, sell it. It's not worth it. Don't even bother run it. Build your decks to draw 2 or more cards in the hand all the time, because it is only a rare occasion where the player playing this will see 2 copies of Appointer with the red Lotus in your hand. Like, it's like a 35% chance that they'll ever see 2 copies of this shit in their hand in a 40-card deck. Or something like that. Don't know the exact percentage by heart right now at the moment, but yeah, you'll be able to make sure that. And if you like, the reason I say 2 or more is because if you can build your deck to have 3 ways to get your play started, that's good too. Because remember, if your opponent manages to draw 2 of these, they're going to use them both ASAP. And again, the flaws of this card just show so well. The fact that you have to review your hand as well in order to be able to fucking look at your opponent's hand is just horrible. Because if you have any hand traps in your hand, your opponent's gonna know what you got. Like, you will have to literally run this card in a floodgate deck. Because you'll just like leave 1 card in your hand. And you have to reveal something, so it's not like you can play Appointer with the red Lotus and True Draco Demise either, because Demise is gonna basically blow up your fucking hand during the end phase anyways. So it's not like you can do that. And on top of that, revealing your hand, like, could literally give away what hand traps you have, what tech cards you may have waiting in your hand to trigger off on your fucking opponent's shitty plays on the next following turn. If you have like a Raigeki in your hand and you had to reveal that to your opponent because you went first and you couldn't fucking set it down because you ran out of room, your opponent's gonna know that it's a fucking Raigeki and that they know not to overextend but just extend enough for what they need for the turn and not to go all out on their turn one board, because they're just gonna simply get Raigeki next turn. And the only way they would overextend is if they have that My Body as a Shield available for plays against Raigeki. It's as simple as that. In conclusion, this card is an incoherent mess, and I have no idea why people are even bothering to hype this shit up. But these are the ways that you work around it. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Artifact Talk, signing out. Have a nice day. Peace out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Team Morotech channel and join our team.